About here, ladies and gentlemen. It is our
Save us,
hashtag
Rashad.
Friday Football Fiesta. And if you are a Carolina Panther fan, it may have felt like a party this week because Rashad Beard, not only did the boys get dub number one, but they put belt to ass with a 30-0 shutout over Atlanta. Let's make the easy one easy out of the gate, buddy. How we doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. What a great W. The Panther Nation needed that performance from our Carolina Panthers. So I'm happy. Hopefully it was something we can build on moving forward.
That is a game. You came in as a dog. Atlanta was, I think, kind of feeling themselves just a little bit. Rashad, it's not just a win. It's not even just a big win. To pitch the shutout like that from a team that I've been saying for a while, offense is probably going to, in some spots, have to maybe put up points to carry a defense that's still kind of growing and developing. What a friggin' showing from the boys on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, I think this is something that the defense has been building to. Over the past couple of games, even you look at the Arizona Cardinals game, I said after that game that the defense did enough to win that game. The defense turned the football over, and the defense did a wonderful job again against the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons did not even get past our 30-yard line, which is very, very impressive. They put Michael Penix in a blender. He didn't know what he was looking at. He looked amateur out there. Shout out to Evero, man. Evero and those guys did a great job game planning. The defense did a wonderful job executing. And I'm happy. So I know there's been a lot of criticism about Evero and the defense over the past couple of years, and rightfully so. But the defense is coming along, and I think we all said it, right? Getting Derrick Brown back, and some of the additions that we had in the offseason. Trevon Merrick. I mean, these guys are playing really good football. So I'm proud. Every time I get on this show, I really want to hype up the defense because they were getting dragged so bad. So they're playing well. They deserve a little bit of credit here.
All right. Really quick. I mean, I get what you're saying about the defense, but we know who the true victor is. We know who the coaching staff remembered they had a running game and discovered that Rico Dattle he's a pretty good running back. I know Chuba's good too, but Rico Dattle.
Oh yeah, so I agree with you. Rico looked really impressive, very aggressive running the football. I left that game saying I want to see more, and it's a great problem to have when you have Chuba and Rico. It's going to be a tough once it gets going, and I know it's a little bit tough for us because we did lose a couple of offensive linemen, specifically Robert Hunt. Robert Hunt is going to be gone probably until close to the end of the season. He was our road grader, and so we have to find out a way to still run the football. We got a challenge coming up next week, but I definitely agree with you, Zoe. I left that game saying I need to see more Rico, and it's just a great problem to have. And I agree. We have to run the football more for sure.
I got a chance before the season started to do an interview with Rico Dattle. I mean, I was talking like a day after he signed up with the Panthers. And when I talked to that cat and asked him, like, what are you trying to accomplish here? What is your goal? He kind of gave the pretty standard answer, Rashad, of, I want to fit in the team where my role is, and I want to be the best at that or whatever. But, man, in talking with this dude before and after the interview, you could tell, like, there was a desire to prove. And I don't know if it was to prove to Dallas that they bleeped up or prove to Carolina that they made the right call or prove that, because the dude's had a history of injuries dating to his time down here in South Carolina, prove that he is that guy that everybody thought he might be before the knees started acting up on him. He's a hard guy not to root for, Rashad. And if he can stack games like this one together, all of a sudden you guys end up with, holy crap, maybe that's a pretty good 1-2 punch between he and Chuba.
Yeah, it's interesting because, like you said, Rico had a 1,000-yard season with the Cowboys last year. And the only reason why Rico is here is because of injury to Jonathan Brooks, who we are missing. And so I don't know if Rico's going to be here long term. Obviously, we're not going to pay 2 running backs, but he is a short-term patch, and it's a good one to have. And again, we're going to have to see what happens with him moving forward. But I am interested to see Jonathan Brooks when he comes back. So again, just this is how you build a roster. This is successful roster building by the Carolina Panthers when you have guys to step up. So I'm happy with Dan Morgan and what they did to fix that running back room after Jonathan Brooks went down.
Totally agree. Rashad Beard of the Panther Nation podcast joining us here on the Rob Brown Show and the Fan Upstate. I don't want to get into this because it makes me sad, Rashad, but I also think we have to. I saw the locker room interview with Xavier Legette. First off, I saw XL on the bench after a McMillan catch when he came and sat down, and he looked like he was just going through it. And then I saw the interview, I think Sheena Quick and some of the other reporters there, and they're just asking him, like, where are you? Is it mental, physical? How you get? And the dude just looks defeated, Rashad. Like, he looks beaten. I don't know what to make of this scenario. I hope he figures it out, but I'm not seeing anything right now that makes me think he can or will.
Yeah, I agree. That was one of the toughest interviews. I mean, from a guy that seems so jovial and happy all the time, that was not a good interview to watch. I mean, he seemed, like you said, he did seem defeated. He seemed perturbed, and the people that are, kind of close to him, when you talk about guys like Steve Smith Sr. that know him, it's all up here, right? It's all mental. And so I'm hoping he can get over the hump. All guys have to go through this, whether it's sooner rather than later, that you got to get over that hump. So, I mean, he's talented, man. He's built like a tank. He's fast. He's got to get his hands right. But I think we got to develop. Obviously, with him being a first round pick, it's only year 2. We can't give up on him for sure. But it'd be great to see him kind of get over this hump, and what better week than week 4 against the Patriots. I don't know what else to say. I know he's dealing with the hamstring injury right now, but I definitely want to see him get it together for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt. We're obviously all fans here, but yeah, that one was painful to watch. Let's turn our attention to New England. This team is very interesting because they take the L to Pittsburgh last week, Rashad Beer, but they also had like 5 turnovers in this game. Ramondre Stevenson was fun, but like this team couldn't hang on to the football, which you have to assume becomes their point of emphasis coming into this game, is protect the ball. We can't do that again. What is your take on the Carolina defense that shut out Atlanta last week? Can they bring that same energy against New England this week? Are we taking a step up in challenge level? We'll see them respond to it.
Yeah, I think definitely taking a little bit of step up. May is a gunslinger. They're doing really well in the pass offense. So we're gonna have to tighten up. And again, I don't think the Patriots have seen a secondary like the Carolina. I can't even believe I'm saying that. But I don't believe that Drake May and company have seen a secondary like the Carolina Panthers. J.C. Horn, Mike Jackson, one of the best tandems in football right now. That's statistically. Our pass defense is really good. You got Trevon Merrick in the secondary, in the safety position. So I think it's going to be a challenge for them. I think we have to continue to stop the run, and we have to be better. We have to be better. And again, Ramondre Stevenson they have a bunch of turnovers last game. They've continued to turn the football over. Drake Mays even turned the football over. We have been advantageous in turning the football over. I can't believe I'm saying that. I think we're like top 2 in takeaways right now. I can't even believe this interview is happening and me giving all the praise to this defense. I'm serious. Like they are doing a wonderful job. And at this point, and I know we're talking about the defense and giving them a lot of praise. At this point, I think the question lies in the offense, because yes, we put up 30, but defense put up some points too. And so we have to turn the page to the offense and see if Bryce Young can score in the red zone and we can get the run game going consistently and not abandon it, etc. So I'm not as concerned with the defense. My concern is more so on the offense side of football.
I think it is fair. That was a takeaway I had as well. Now, granted, kind of rough to say my questions about the offense when they went out there and hung 30 on the Birds this past weekend, but I would also point out that Atlanta, kind of like you guys, like good defensive backfield, kind of growing across the front 7 and finding themselves a little bit. You got Mike Vrabel's New England Patriots this weekend. You know what they do. They're going to stack the box many times. They're going to bring some exotic looks and try to get BY out of sorts a little bit. What'd you see in that 30-point put up last week that you think needs to be expanded on against New England's defense?
Yeah, I think that they have some injuries in the secondary. You got Christian Gonzalez who's probably coming back from injury. So their secondary is going to take a little bit of a step up. They do have a very, very good run defense statistically. Now, I also say this, I don't think they've seen a run game like ours with Rico and Chuba. So I think it'll be a little bit of a challenge. I think it's strength versus strength, their run defense versus hopefully our run offense. But I think we have to continue to run the football. Bryce has to continue to get rid of the football quick. And you've got to attack vertically. We have to get T-Mac going. T-Mac, now he's dealing with some dropsies. Of course, we expect that from a rookie. We've got to get him to consistently catch the football, 2 hands preferably. He's going with the cute one hands oftentimes. Let's put 2 hands on the football. and see if we can bring some of those down. But catching the football, I think Bryce has got to get a little bit more accurate in some cases. He's throwing the football behind. I seen, maybe him and Hunter Renfrow not quite on the same page in some instances, but I think we're getting there. I think the offense is coming along, and again, they're moving the football. Just continue to run the football. Do not abandon the run. I think that's the biggest thing I want to see them do, is not abandon the run, even when it's tough, right? Even when it's not working, you have got to consistently wear that defense down. So run the football, take what the defense is giving you, and attack when you can.
Prediction?
Prediction, man. I'm tough because I have no expectations, right? I don't want to set myself up to say, oh, this is going to be great. We played so well last week, and it's going to translate to this week. I'm kind of taking it week to week, but I think it's a winnable game. I don't necessarily have a score, but I go Panthers dub.
I respect it. Panthers on the road at the Patriots. It's a big one. We're going to talk more about it later on in the show. Rashad Beard hosts the Panther Nation podcast. You can find him on X at Panther Nation PC. More importantly, take it on over to YouTube. Search, subscribe, hit the bell. They're live all the time. Great point from Buddha real quick. How you feel about Jimmy Horn working into the rotation a little bit here?
Yeah, I think Jimmy's got, from the word on the street, Jimmy got a little ways to go from a physicality standpoint. I think he's got to get bigger, contribute, find a way to contribute on special teams. But yeah, I think it's gonna take some time. I know we were excited about seeing him, but I think it's gonna take some time for him to get on the field.
Fair enough. That's a good answer. I respect it. Rashad, my guy, enjoy the weekend. I hope you're back complimenting the defense again next week. What a weird thing to happen here on the show.
Yeah, I would love more compliments for the defense, for sure.
Rashad Beard, Panther Nation podcast. Follow them on YouTube. Big dog, appreciate it. Talk to you next week, brother.
Appreciate you guys.
Always. Rashad is a legend. Appreciate him pulling up every single Friday to talk Panther football with us here on the Rob Brown Show and the Fan Up. So we got to run to a break. When we come back, we talk more football, high school football this time, as the fellows from the Moving the Chains podcast joins us. We are suddenly getting our asses whipped all of a sudden, just like that. Just like that.
He's talking about golf. He's
Ryder
not
Cup.
talking about high school football.
Ryder Cup, yes.
Yeah, because he was talking high school football, and then
Scotty Scheffler's 3 down through 7. That's not the start we wanted, kids. Moving the Chains next. Sports Flash. Make me feel better, Alonzo.
The Seattle Seahawks gave up I can't do it, sorry, 14-point advantage in the third quarter, but hit a 52-yard field goal as time expired for a 23-20 win over Arizona last night. In the last minute, Sam Darnold hit Jackson Smith in Jigma from The Ohio State University for a 22-yard gain to set up the Jason Myers walk-off for the 8th consecutive win over the Cardinals. Sam Darnold threw for 242 yards and a touchdown to win. The LA Lakers have extended the contract of head coach J.J. Redick.